Hello, Donald.
Donald, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. All right, you're up.
He's lathe knifing.
That's cool.
Ooh.
That's fun.
Ooh.
Are you demoing that
Are you selling it?
someday?
Good.
What's the shipping cost?
Those
I
were
didn't actually
beautiful.
make the knife. I bought the knife, made the handle.
Very nice.
The little bit I've done with it, if you're careful, it's a very nice tool.
You better know how it cuts. That's all you need to know, how it cuts.
Yes.
Yeah,
Get efficient with the
because of
skew
the
before
shape
you
of
try
it
the
compared
lathe
to a
knife.
skew, you go to do a curve on a skew, and you cut the end off a bit of timber.
Now, where did you get the steel for that?
He bought the
I
knife.
bought it made from Etsy.
From Etsy, because that is what they turn the Russian dolls with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the skew they turn it. I've been looking for that thing. You bought it from Etsy, you said?
yeah. There's
Station Oak on Etsy.
actually Martin sells them.
Martin Clarkston, yeah.
I was going to say, Donald, was it you that I sent one over to in Australia?
No, I bought it from your
No.
opposition.
What rubbish!
I got one off Martin I can show.
You bought.
What would I look for under Etsy? What name or what would
Station
I
Oak.
search for it?
It's
If
a
you, look on
lathe.
my, if you look on my Etsy, I do sell them, but I do not advise them. So I am not a seller of these knives. What I do say to people is, if you want to try one of these, and I think that you're capable of using it, I will sell you one. But I will not sell them to anybody who does not know how to use a Russian knife or a skew. There is an explanation, a YouTube link on the site that you can purchase the knife from that takes you direct to a Russian guy who has used these knives all his life. So I never recommend, if you're a newish turner, even if you're a seasoned turner and you're not prolific with tools, do not try using one of these lathe knives. They can be lethal in the wrong hands.
Yes.
So be very careful if you are going to buy them. And certainly, I'm not going to call them competitors because they're out there to sell them. I'm not. But be careful of where you're buying them, because sometimes the steel is very, very soft and they're not particularly good. I had an interest in these knives. I really wanted to understand how they use them, why they use them, and I did a lot of research. And I actually found the man who makes them for the Russian market, based in Hungary. He forges them and he has done for 37 years. So he knows how to make these tools.
So,
He also,
but they're not high speed steel, Martin.
no, they're not. They're not, because they're not really. They're not capable of being high speed steel because they're hammered. They're hand forged,
Right.
and they're better off as soft because you'll get a nicer cut with the steel. You will have to sharpen them more often, but the high speed steel will keep its edge longer, but it won't give you as good a cut as the other steel. That's why they're not high tensile.
Right.
It's carbon steel, right?
Yeah, they're just the carbon.
Does
Yes.
does he make any Damascus?
And he makes the other one that he makes is the ring tool, and I've seen these, and I looked at them quite a lot from various suppliers, and they tend to make them wrong. The Russian ring tool is sharpened on both sides. So you've got this tool, this ring at the end that is sharpened on both sides, which allows the man to make a cut from one side of the bone right the way through, all the way to the other side. And it makes such a difference. What I will say with the Russian lathe knives is they take wet wood far better than they take dry wood, because over there, a lot of it is just trees that are cut straight down and put on the lathe. So when you're wet turning, they're fabulous tools to use, but you are asking an awful lot of a lathe knife to be going through kiln dried timber. So again, it's kind of understanding the process. There is one of the best guys to look at, and like I said, he is the lathe man. He is the lathe knife man. There is nobody better in Russia than him. And if you go on the site, there's a link to the sort of the safety demonstration that he did. He did a safety demonstration because he saw an English seller demonstrating one of these knives, and he was that taken back by it that he felt he had to do a presentation to try and explain to people, you can't use this knife like that, you're going to end up hurting yourself. So he did a safety video for the world to try and explain, look, this is not what you do, don't ever try and do this with one of these. You know, if that knife comes back off that lathe, it is going to go across your hand and fillet your fingers like you would a fish. They are horrendous things.
Yes, but Ronnie has one. In fact,
Martin?
Trace, I can get you a good
Yeah.
deal on it. Ronnie.
Martin, I would suggest I have one, and after I bought mine, the guys start making like a modular type, and the head is separate from the shaft.
Yeah.
Do not fool with that one. You
No.
want a one piece.
Yeah, I bought one of those and it's junk.
This was one of
I
the,
agree.
this was one of the problems. One of the biggest
Everybody
problems.
has fooled with the modular type, the two piece. It does not work. You need it to be one solid piece.
Yep.
Ronnie and I
agreed.
know a club in Napoleonville, Louisiana. We call it the Bad Five, and a whole bunch of them bought one, and they're using the whole doors open. They cannot stand them.
No.
Hey, so back to Donald Masterson. Have you used it yet? Then after you turned that nice handle for it, have you actually used it?
Yeah, I'm still getting the hang of it, but what I've done I like.
Okay.
It's completely different to using the skew,
Yes.
even though the principle's the same. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's a
wouldn't try
it's a
that.
it's a shear cut tool for sure.
Yeah. And I had somebody call me and ask me about using one. And I said, what speed are you turning at? He said, 2,000 or more. And I said, guess what? Get a junky piece of wood and turn the speed way down and watch the cutter. And that would, you know, everybody has said, be careful about sticking it into wood. Boy, do you have to understand how the tool cuts. It won't take much to stick it in there wrong.
I got one off Martin. I can show if you like.
Please, you got it there?
How do I find it on Etsy? I'm looking on Etsy and trying to find it.
The
Well,
links
somebody
in there.
just-
Station Oak.
Somebody
links-
just put the Etsy
There's
thing
a
in the
link
chat.
the chat.
Matt Harbor did that a few minutes ago.
Yeah, the link's in the chat to his Etsy site.
So see, that's where our chat comes in. At save that chat before you leave tonight, and you'll have all the information you can take home. Somebody else was up in the middle ago said, Cade. Cade's got one he wants to show. Cade.
I have one I bought off Martin Clarkson.
Okay, show us that tool.
Yep. Here it is here.
So
This
Martin,
one?
this one here has got an angle like this, and the one that Mr. Masterson had from Australia has got a steeper angle. What's the difference?
I can't comment on his, but what I can say is that's the angle that the Russians have used for the last 37 years.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's
You know,
one bevel.
If you watch this Russian guy do his turning and you have a problem following it, turn the volume off. And don't try to listen to him and interpret what he's saying. Watch his work.
I think that'd be a good demo using that thing.
You look at the thickness of that shaft that runs into what Cade's turned at the end there, because I used to do them with handles, but they're too long, and most of the orders are actually coming from Germany. Germany and the US is where I'm pretty much posting these things out to. So I've now done away with a handle option of the knives because they're just too long to send out. And really, if you're capable of buying or want to buy one of these things, you're capable of turning your own handle. But you can see the size of the shaft that goes in and the weight that needs to be behind that tool.
Don't shortcut it. Don't even
No.
shortcut it. No.
The handle, the length of the handle I turned is a foot long. And then the shaft is about 6.5 before I get to the harpoon. But yeah, that tool goes a good 2-3 inches into my handle.
And that looks like it's about 3/4 in diameter, isn't it?
I was going 5/8, but let's see. What is it, Cade?
Just
5/8.
over 15 mil.
Oh, is it 5/8?
5/8. Yeah.
It just goes into the largest collar on the handles. You know, the interlocking handles that you get. It comes in 3 different size collets. Whoever makes them these days.
I've got one that does 3/4 up down to a quarter. So
It goes in the largest collet.
Hey, Billy,
that's 3/4. Yeah.
if you saw Cade trying to shave with it, he could get you one for that.
If you're
I'm
interested in
good.
one of these lathe knives, like Martin said, go on YouTube and look up this Russian guy.
Yeah.
Not only you'll see this tool, but how primitive this guy turns.
You haven't, Ronnie, have you seen the one where he uses the axe to bash it into the headstock?
Yeah.
He starts off
with
a homemade lathe. He starts off with a homemade lathe with a piece of drill pipe. And then he takes, as Martin would say, a piece of timber, and he takes an axe to it, and he puts on one end, he starts chopping on it. And then he takes this piece of timber and he drives it into that piece of drill pipe with a axe. And when I first seen that, I called Eddie and I said, Eddie, you got to watch this because there ain't no way this is staying in here. But
and how's he bring up his tailstock, Ronnie?
There is no tailstock.
There's no tailstock.
How does he adjust his vertical and horizontal on his tool rest, Ronnie?
But when you watch this guy, you just in awe. This man can turn wood. You hear me?
I'd forgotten that he didn't use a tailstock.
He uses the lathe knife and he uses that ring tool, and he can make that thing walk and talk.
The adjustment that Eddie's talking about is very easy because you don't have the tailstock, so you just hit it with the axe.
Yeah. And you don't have a tool rest. There's a pipe that goes across, and he jigs in and out to get to.
Yeah.
But I've watched him turn 4 identical bowls out of a piece of 6-inch timber, 4 identical bowls, and he turns all 4 of them. Zip, 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 zip. Shows you how to use that hook tool or ring tool, cutting on the far side. He makes it look so easy, but he's an experienced turner. If somebody can find a link to his YouTube website and put it in the chat, I very much appreciate it.
Is that ring tool
now, Eddie?
Is that ring tool the same thing as what some companies refer to as a termite?
No.
Hook tool he uses.
It's an open hook, sharpened. In this case, it's sharpened on the bottom because you're reaching across.
Oh, so it's open. It's not a ring.
Correct, sir. I call it a ring tool, but it's a hook tool.
It's a J shape.
Hey, remember, we're wood turners. We can change the name out of anything, anytime. You know.
I have a hook tool if someone wants to see one.
Let's see it.
The termite is like an O-ring that is sharpened on one end, one side.
Yes.
There we go.
Here's a hook tool. This is a Michael Hoslock hook tool, which is he fabricates and makes. So here's one, and it's only sharpened on one edge.
Right.
So it would be held in the tool this way and used at that angle, or that angle, actually. Presented to the wood in a trailing mode. I have another one here as well. And these go into a quarter inch hole with a set screw, 2 set screws. And they work really well for end grain hollowing.
Yeah, and great, yeah.
Oh, they're awesome for ink.
Just while Katie's on, I'll show you the comparison on the Russian tool.
All right, hold on.
This is the Russian hook tool.
Good second. We got to spotlight you.
All right.
There we go.
Okay.
Wow.
This is the
Oh,
this
okay,
is the
right.
Russian tool.
They're definitely aggressive. You got to present them to the wood.
You can see how tight the ring is compared to what Katie's just shown you.
Right.
And also they're sharpened on the inside edge here. And if I turn the tool around, they're sharpened on the inside edge of that side also.
Wow.
Okay. Mine are only
So-
sharpened on the outside edge and only on one side.
No, these are both inside edges on both sides, nothing on the outside.
So it will cut on both sides. You
It
can cut on
will
the
cut
back side
right-
or the front.
Right
Right
across the
across.
wall. Yeah.
Yep.
You'll see it. I've put a YouTube link in for the Russian site. If you can go through some of his videos, he'll also show you cutting right across the ball with one of these.
Yeah,
And you don't
there's
sell
this-
the ring tool though, do you?
I've got both because, like I say, I get these. These are manufactured. I bring them in from Hungary. When I go out to Hungary, I go and see the man that makes these.
But
and
I
have
didn't.
them-
I didn't see the hook tool on your web on the Etsy side.
No, it's not on there, Trey. Just drop me a mail.
Okay.
Don't buy it off me from Etsy.
Okay.
Just drop me an email, Trey, and I'll sort them out for you.
Okay. And your email address is.
I'll pop that in as well.
Pop that
Put it
on
in
the
the
web
chat.
on the chat.
That's it. We're sharing information here, folks. That's what we're up to.